I've only punched one person in my life, okay? And he deserved it. He was a total dick. I was in 4th grade. He was in 5th grade. I finally got the courage, right? Jeff Stamper. I punched him in the stomach, and he died. Later he died. He died later. He was 18, and he was swimming, and it was tragic, but don't fuck with me. Okay. Brand new. We just discovered that little gem together, didn't we? Okay, wonderful. I should just leave after that. That feels so good. Because you sit over there in the dark and you think of all of this stuff. Like every comedian comes on and your mind, it's like tripping over there in the darkness. And then you come up here and you do stuff and it never works. So thank you for laughing at that, for all of that love. I've been trying to unplug from the anger, hatred news cycle, so I've been down here kind of checking out some other stories. The Pleiades meteor shower is tonight. Did you guys know about that? It's terrific. 2 a.m. to sunrise. Unfortunately, there is a full moon tonight, which is going to make it hard to see, which sounds like a first world problem, but really that's just a world problem. Right? Yeah. Just a world problem. You guys are cute. I'm going to keep going. Very sweet. How about this? So, in Newark, New Jersey, a couple months ago, the DEA seized 3,200 pounds of cocaine. Isn't that terrible? For the state of New Jersey, how are those people gonna drive home drunk without cocaine? They need cocaine. Cocaine is part of what makes New Jersey work. That is just like a natural disaster hitting New Jersey and wiping all of the bachelorette parties out. What are those people gonna do? 3,200 pounds of cocaine. That's 1,400 individually wrapped kilos. My question is, how do they know it's all cocaine? The answer is the cocaine taster. You remember this guy on the old TV detective shows after they did the big bust and they brought all the perps and the drugs back to the station house? This guy comes out, Detective Frank, and he just walks up to the cocaine and he's like, "That ain't Pepsi, Jojo." You remember that guy? He's gonna have a field day with 1,400 kilos of cocaine. He's like, "That's cocaine. That's cocaine. That's cocaine. That's cocaine." They're like, "Detective Frank, we get it. It's all cocaine." And Detective Frank is like, "It ain't cocaine until I say it's cocaine." I had a friend once who loved cocaine, but he refused to snort it. He would only eat it. He's dead now. He's dead. Yeah. Oh well. That guy's dead. Wouldn't it be great if I could just tie that guy back to the guy that I punched in the stomach who died and drowned swimming? Another time. We'll do that another time. I've always thought cocaine was funny. It doesn't mean I have a problem. I don't have a cocaine problem. The only times I do cocaine, Halloween, New Year's, Tuesday and Thursday. Those are the only times that I do cocaine. Thank you. Thank you. I recently discovered I was a really ugly kid. That's a lie, I knew the whole time. I was cleaning out my mom's basement because she's dead. And I found all my old school pictures, and if you guys remember how school pictures were, they'd all come on a sheet and you'd sit down with your parents and you cut them out and they give them to your family and you'd bring them to school and give them to all your friends. None of my pictures were cut out. Grades kindergarten through 6th, how ugly I was. And my mom was actually doing me a favor because I looked like this. When I was born, my left eye never really opened. It was more skin than eye. It looked like you had paused me while I was winking. Or if there are any Radiohead fans out there, if you remember the first time you ever saw Tom York, and you were like, oh, that's Tom York? How does he do it with that terrible eye? I looked like a baby white Forrest Whitaker, just making his way through the world in a partial solar eclipse. And at the time, the doctor gave me a pair of eyeglasses with my good eye masking taped over because leading pediatric theory in the 1980s was only the strong survive. So now I really didn't have a lot of eyes to work with. I was just going up to bushes like, is anybody there? Would you like to be my friend? At that point, I looked like Macaulay Culkin in My Girl if he would have survived the bees. And now I'm great. Thank you. I have some substance abuse problems. Thank you. Have a couple substance abuse problems. I haven't had a drink in almost 4 years. That's nice. Polite applause. I appreciate that. People are really only excited for you for the first 6 months, and then after that, you're just kind of a drag to be around. You know that? It's like, we're going to the bar. I guess you're going home. Why don't you take that brutal honesty with you, okay? Oh man, you know, I feel like, man, I don't feel like it. I know it. I have replaced alcohol with coffee. I'm drinking like 10, 11 cups of coffee a day. I start at home. I have an espresso stovetop pot that I put on the stove, and then I have a drip coffee machine too. I make a cup of coffee, and then I pour espresso in, and then foam the milk up like that, right? Destroy both of those. Then I go into work. There's a Keurig machine at work. You know how that goes, right? You're like, wow, this is great. All day. Wow, this is great. It's so easy. It's so easy, isn't it? That's why I act like this. When you abuse coffee like I abuse coffee, it is a drug. It is a psychedelic drug. Like if you've ever seen that movie with Val Kilmer as Jim Morrison on coffee, you can stay awake through that entire movie. I'm going to bed never. I'm going to go home and do another comedy show for my cats. I fucking love it.